All right, guys, in this video, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to inform everybody of the breaking news that Sony is officially pulling Cyberpunk 2077 from the PlayStation Store until further notice. This is pretty insane because this never happens, and it just goes to show how serious and how bad the situation is with Cyberpunk 2077 on the PlayStation console. So it says here that Sony has announced that it's pulling Cyberpunk 2077 from the PlayStation Store and offering refunds to players who request them. The news comes at the tail end of a post on the official PlayStation website offering refunds to anyone that bought Cyberpunk 2077 on the PlayStation Store and wants their money back. SIE strives to ensure a high level of customer satisfaction. Therefore, we will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased Cyberpunk 2077 via the PlayStation Store. SIE will also be removing Cyberpunk 2077 from PlayStation Store until further notice. And it goes on to say, CD Projekt Red has said that it will continue to release patches in an effort to improve Cyberpunk 2077, specifically with regards to the Ps4 and Xbox One version. As we reported earlier in a recent investor call, CD Projekt VP Michael, I can't pronounce that last name, was asked about the cost of developing console patches and replied, "The cost of patching the game is irrelevant compared to what we have at stake at this moment. So there's no question about it. We definitely want to fix the game. We made our promise to gamers, and we will be doing everything to stick to it." Cyberpunk 2077 has received largely favorable reviews, though technical issues are indeed a common complaint. Yeah, I think that's putting it lightly. So this is absolutely insane and completely unprecedented. This is not something that Sony really ever does. And you can clearly see here that they pretty much had no choice because the conversation surrounding this game is one that is inescapable, honestly. It's a massive game. The expectations were sky high, and at least when it comes to the PS4 and Xbox One versions of this game, it's an absolute train wreck. And, you know, seeing Sony make the executive decision here to say, we're not selling this game, it's probably because they're getting so many calls and complaints about the game requesting refunds. And I'm sure you guys saw the entire situation as it was unfolding, where CD Projekt Red came out and said that they're going to offer refunds, and they seemingly did this without, at least it's the assumption anyway, they did this without really talking to Sony or Microsoft about it. So Sony and Microsoft are probably looking at each other like, okay, I guess we're just not going to, you know, sell this game anymore, or we're just not going to make money off of it now. And Sony, I think, is making the right call here. Honestly, I think that the line has to be drawn somewhere, and it really is good, in my opinion, to see that Sony's willing to do this. Obviously, if you already purchased the game, I'm going to assume at this point, if you purchased the game, then you were clearly somebody who was willing to take the risk. This may have been something that Sony was planning from day one since this game came out, because I'm sure from day one they were probably getting a ton of calls, but they maybe thought, you know, we should just let the people who want to buy it buy it. I don't know. It's a weird situation. I've never really seen anything like this with a game this big, but again, I think Sony's making the right call. The line does have to be drawn, and this is Sony clearly drawing the line, and, you know, letting CD Projekt Red know, like, you got to fix your game. You know, like, you can't put broken games onto the PlayStation Store and sell them. So I do wonder at this point if Microsoft is going to follow suit. I think they probably will. I would be surprised if they didn't, simply because, again, like, this is just not something that normally happens. But, you know, Microsoft, they're probably at least going to want to issue a statement saying, yeah, you know, we'll refund you too. Whether or not they take it off of the store, I think, is irrelevant at this point. But yeah, guys, this, again, is something that just does not happen. And I think anybody who saw this news is probably just like, what? Like, when's the last time a AAA game was removed from sale? Especially when you think about this game in particular, Cyberpunk. Like, it's such a massive game. It just has so much behind it. You would think that if there was ever going to be a game that this would happen to, this wouldn't be the game. So I think this is also to serve as a little bit of a warning as well. I think that, again, this is Sony. I know I said it multiple times, but they're drawing the line, and they're, you know, making an example of Cyberpunk 2077 and essentially warning other publishers, like, you know, PlayStation's a massive platform that can be extremely lucrative to developers and publishers. Don't take advantage of it. Make sure your game is finished. Make sure it's polished. Make sure it's not completely broken and a complete mess. Make sure that we're not going to have to receive literally thousands upon thousands of calls for refunds because of your mess up. So yeah, I think it's a good thing they're doing this. It will go back on sale, obviously, at some point, and hopefully when it does, it'll be, a working product. So that's going to do it for the video, guys. Be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Leave the video a like if you did enjoy it or found it informative. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.